Here are the 7 steps that you need to follow in order to achieve your goals on keto, maybe carnivore or animal based, according to the top experts. Number 1, you want to have your ideal weight for sure. And that's why tip number 1 is consume as little dairy as possible. Why? Every species of animal on this planet that has a species appropriate diet has its ideal weight. And what do they all have in common? They consume only dairy when they're babies. Number 2, you want for sure to feel decisive every time you need to cook something for dinner, for lunch, for breakfast. And that's why I'm informing you that fatty ruminant meats, this means beef, lamb, goat, elk, deer, all of the other, are the most nutrient dense, best fatty acid profile, best for healing, least probable to cause sensitivities foods on the planet. Yeah, if you want perfect hormonal balance, if you want to do your cycles with 0 to no symptoms, if you want to go to the gym and feel 0 soreness afterwards, if you want to be on menopause with 0 symptoms, if you want to have a wonderful pregnancy, eat as much fatty ruminant meat as possible. Sure, you can eat other things, but so that you are always decisive, you know to eat fatty ruminant meats. Number 3, you want for sure to have the best mood, always. And that's why, in the beginning of your carnivore journey, it is advisable that you take a DAO enzyme supplement. Why? So, when you base your diet on animal foods, your histamine consumption increases. Histamine is wonderful. But because your body is not used to it, your body will not ramp production quickly enough of that enzyme to break down and to get rid of the old histamine that is still present in the body. And by supplementing, by helping it, you are able to only be maintaining in your tissues the newer food-derived histamine. Number 4, you want to have the best possible energy for sure. And that's why when it comes to macros, instead of counting calories or counting protein grams or something like that, let's just simplify your life. Let's just do it visually, or more precisely, with just a scale where you can just place the food there and just look very quickly if you want so much precision. And that is to consume from 10 to 40% fat in your diet in terms of volume. So yes, you have a ribeye steak. Around 10% of it is fat, and the other 90 are the muscle meat. Or you may want to go eat a burger, and very frequently they are so-called 80-20, which means that 80% of them, like the meat, is that percentage, and the 20% is the fat. So if you go the burger route, the ground beef route, you will be getting around 20% fat. So why 10 to 40% fat? Because the more fat you get, the better for healing. The quicker you'll heal, the more hormonal balance you'll get from it. So typically ladies will find a greater need for fat, especially on cycle days, especially on phases of life, including pregnancy and menopause and others that hormones need more balancing, and even men, kids, when they're on their teenage years or when they're kids, because hormones are stabilizing. And yeah, don't force it, because it's your body that should decide what it needs, not you. So the minimum requirement of 10% fat in your diet by volume is because less than that, you will not be burning fat. You will still be burning glucose through gluconeogenesis, which is derived from the protein you eat. You don't want that because you will not feel energized and it will cause a lot of stress in your body. And why the max of the 40% fat? Because if you go above 40% fat, you will probably forget to eat enough protein because we can only eat so much daily. Yeah, 40% at the most. So enjoy your lamb chops while they taste good. When you get bored of them, just go to ground beef or some not so fatty but still fatty ruminant meat bits. Number 5, you want to have stable appetite. Of course, that's one of the reasons you went to try this keto carnivore animal-based diet. And what do you need to do? Yeah, you have to minimize as possible your liquid and rendered fat consumption. So yeah, when you grill or whatever your meats, make sure you drip it before you eat it. Make sure you don't consume the rendered fat, and that includes tallow, so prefer suet over it. Yeah, that's right. And number 6, you want to always feel satisfied, your tummy so happy. And that's why eating one meal a day might not be the best idea, especially in the beginning. You want to eat up to, yeah, especially if you're building muscle, 4 meals a day. Probably not more than that, not much more than that, unless you're doing amazing, incredible amounts of exercise. But up to 4, like 3 to 4, like breakfast, lunch, maybe afternoon, and then dinner, not too late. And that's because you want to never overeat at any particular meal. You don't want to feel bloated for sure. You don't want to feel those gases that you used to have before. And you also never want to get angry for too long. That's why I'm advising you in the beginning 3 to 4 meals a day. And finally, number 7, yeah, you always want to feel fresh for sure. And that's why I'm advising you to drink as much purified water as your body asks for. Yeah, if you do as I do, that I don't consume salt whatsoever because I wasn't consuming it before, I think you should only consume as much salt as you did on your previous diet. I know this completely goes against what most experts are saying. And yeah, as long as you feel well, as long as your body is not craving it, yeah, my body is not craving it, so I'm not forcing it. And yeah, I drink a lot of purified water and I piss a lot. So yeah, I'm go to the bathroom like a lot of times a day. I drink a lot of water. And what is purified water? It means it went through a reverse osmosis filter. What is that? Who cares? Just get one to put under your sink and you'll get a second faucet, a little one. And every time you want to cook or you want to drink some water, you just go there and you grab some purified water from your home, or before you go to the gym, you put on in your hydro flask or whatever. And yeah, this concludes it. I hope this video helps you tremendously because I managed to put in a single video what you will need to watch countless and many videos and timings and whatnot to get this sort of compact information. My videos are about this, are about grabbing the best from the top experts and summarizing it into little bits. Please do me a favor, leave a comment, like, share your experience, and maybe ask a question. Feel free to do so. Share this video if you find that it helped you. It might help somebody else. And look in the description because I'll add the summary there. You can see that there are some spacers here that will allow you to quickly get back to this video and go to the second point or the fourth or whatever. So yes, I do my best to give you practicality. And I need to give a big shout out and a big congratulation and a big thank you for the inspiration to Rebekah, previously Farmer. It was her maiden name, and now she's Rebekah Heishman. She is, I find, the safest to follow carnivore slash keto animal based expert because she has the best track record. She had 10 supposedly uncured disease. She was supposed to not pass 30 years old. She was supposed to never have a kid, and she managed to overcome those past 30 years, and she now has a baby. And their pregnancy apparently went great, and she looks way healthier, including than I am, because I'm still recovering, and she did recover already before this year. It might take a year for you to recover from your chronic disease, but it is possible, even if all of your doctors are telling you otherwise. She shares